Okay, so we're back. This is part 2 of 12.1 and 12.2. There's a couple more things that I wanted to talk about. Actually, just one, which is about finding the surface area of a cylinder. And so finding the surface area of a cylinder is really similar to finding the surface area of a prism, except for that when you have a cylinder, if you think about like what the net of a cylinder looks like, if you were to unfold a cylinder, instead of like the bases being polygons now, the bases of a cylinder are just circles, right? So if you think about unfolding your cylinder, so taking your cylinder and unwrapping it to see what the net would look like, the bases, the top and the bottom, would be circles, and we know that the area of a circle is just pi r squared. But this rectangle that's formed by what connects, the lateral area that connects the two bases, this blue rectangle here, the area of that blue rectangle is equal to the circumference of the circle, because this green line here, this distance, corresponds to the distance around the outside of the circle. So this distance here is the circumference of the circle, or 2 pi r, and then this distance is just the distance between the two bases, or the height of the cylinder. And so if we're thinking about the area of this blue rectangle, it's just equal to the circumference of the circle, 2 pi r, times the height of that cylinder. So here is the sort of formula, if you will, for the area, finding the area of a cylinder. And so if we look at this again, the area of the base times 2, that's just our circle area, which is just pi r squared times 2. And then here, this CH represents the circumference of the circle times the height, or 2 pi r times the height. And so this would be the surface area of the whole cylinder. So if we look at a problem down below here, so this one says find the height of the right cylinder shown, which has a surface area of 157.08 square meters. So in this one, instead of actually giving you the radius of the circle, instead of giving you the height of the cylinder, they're asking you to find the height of the cylinder. They've given you the radius, and then they give you the surface area of the whole thing. So you're kind of like working backwards to find the height. But we're still using this same relationship, this surface area relationship. So if we look here, we would say, okay, well, I know that the surface area of a cylinder is equal to 2 times the area of the circle of the bases plus the circumference of that circle times the height, right? And in this case, the height is what we don't know. That's what we're trying to find. We know that the surface area is 157.08. I know that the radius of my circle is 2.5. That was given. I know pi. And so I'm just plugging in the radius here and here. And then I'm going to solve for h. And so when I go through and I plug everything in and I solve for h, I get that the height is approximately 7.5 meters. So that's the end of this little section here, surface area of different types of polyhedra and solids. And there are some problems that I would like you to do at the end of sections 12.1 and 2. They're posted in your assignment in Veracross. But please, if you have questions, send me an email, let me know, and I'd be happy to talk with you about them. And I'll see you later.